This is Face of Murder, a Zoe Prime mystery, Book 2. Written by Blake Pierce. Narrated by Quinn Francis.
Face of Fear, a Zoe Prime mystery, Book 3. Written by Blake Pierce. Narrated by Ulka S. Mohanty.
This is Face of Murder, a Zoe Prime mystery, Book 2. Written by Blake Pierce. Narrated by Quinn Francis. Prologue. Professor Ralph Henderson sighed, rubbed the bridge of his nose, and fished around in the pocket of his coat for his car keys. It had been a long evening of marking English papers, and either his students were getting more stupid, or he was getting more tired of his job. He was more than ready to prop himself up in bed for the night with a small glass of whiskey and one of the classics. The Georgetown parking garage was almost empty, most of the other faculty members having had enough sense to go home long ago. It was chilly and gloomy, the electric strip lights flickering overhead as moths bumped into them with suicidal intent. Henderson cut across the empty spaces, taking a shortcut to his car. He briefly trifled with the idea of stopping off somewhere for a takeout coffee on the way back. Or would it be better just to get home as soon as possible, to the safety and warmth of one's own domain? His footsteps echoed with an eerie resonance through the garage, the concrete ceiling and the concrete floor throwing the sounds back and forth. It was on nights like these that the garage transformed into a different kind of beast, a place where unsavory types might lurk in the shadows, ready to pounce. The kind of thinking that you couldn't shake, even when you repeatedly told yourself you were an adult and shouldn't be afraid of the dark anymore. Mind you, there was good reason to be nervous tonight. The campus had been buzzing with news of a murder that had taken place right there, under their own noses. A student that Henderson had known. Maybe that was the reason the hair stood up on the back of his neck as he crossed the garage, and why he couldn't help but dart furtive and wide-eyed glances into the shadows, trying to see if there was someone hiding within. He tried to distract himself. There was more to think about. There was a kid he'd had to throw out of the class for failing yet another paper. It was so frustrating to teach, to see these kids with so much potential getting caught up in parties and not taking their studies seriously. It was with regret that Henderson had had to flunk him.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?